Today we want to talk to you about, for our realtor friends, some home inspection red flags. So what are some things that you can look for when you're listing or showing a house that you might want to get out in front of so it doesn't cause you problems during the transaction? I mean, that's the worst thing about the inspection, is it's right in the middle of the transaction and it can cause problems for you. We know that. We try to minimize that. And so what are some things you can look for? Everybody knows about foundations. Everybody knows that you're looking for cracks and things like that. That might be a red flag to an inspector who will then want to call out a foundation expert. I wouldn't be so much concerned about just the straight line cracks, even straight line cracks in brick and mortar. So if you're on the side of the house and you just see a fracture in brick veneer that goes straight up and down, that's usually a result of thermal expansion and contraction. That's through hot and cold cycles. The brick and mortar expands and contracts, and it causes those type of horizontal or vertical fractures. It's the diagonal fractures that are more concerning and indicate more stress on the structure rather than thermal expansion. So inside the house, if you see just straight line cracks on a wall, that's usually just a tape joint. That's usually thermal expansion and contraction. But if you see diagonal cracks coming off the doors and windows, then that's going to give you more of an indication of stress on the structure and possible issue with structural movement, foundation issues. Also, you can take a look at the roof, right? So if you're down on the ground and you look up on a sunny day and you see the roof has a shimmery or shiny appearance at the edges of the shingle, that's going to indicate you've got some granular loss there, and probably something you need to get looked at ahead of time before the inspector gets there, so you know exactly what you're dealing with. Of course, any kind of aged shingles you want to get addressed ahead of time. Grading and drainage around the house, of course, that's real important with the foundation. But if you see muddy spots in the areas where it looks like water's been pooling, maybe there's no grass growing there, there's algae growing there, there's ruts in the ground from the mower going through there, that's going to indicate that that you have a drainage issue in those areas. And if it's within 10 feet of the foundation, then that can be even more of a concern. Gutters are not required on the house. We always recommend them, but they are not required unless the house has a crawl space or basement, in which case then gutters are required. And there's nothing worse than a house without gutters than a house with gutters that aren't being maintained. So a good idea if you're listing a house is make sure you get those gutters cleaned out and the downspouts, make sure they're working properly, and that's going to reduce issues down the road as well. We'll have some other red flag issues coming up in future podcasts, and we hope you can find some value with these things. In any case, you can always call us or text us here at Super Inspector if you have a problem that you see on a house while you're on a listing appointment, or if you're showing the house to a buyer and you want to know something right away, you can take a picture and text it to us. You can text at 940-367-1708, or you can call us at the same number. And we're happy to look at those and respond as quickly as we can and get you the information that you need. As always, we're here for you guys, and let us know how we can help you. It's Blake Williams with Super Inspector and Super Concierge. Thanks.